Everyone is born, but not everyone is born the same. Some will grow to be butchers, or bakers, or candlestick makers. Most parents believe that children are the most beautiful creatures ever to grace the planet. Others take a less emotional approach. Harry and Zinnia Wormwood lived in a very nice neighborhood, in a very nice house, but they were not really very nice people. The Wormwoods were so wrapped up in their own silly lives that they barely noticed they had a daughter. Had they paid any attention to her at all, they would have realized she was a rather extraordinary child. They named her Matilda. By the time she was 2, Matilda had learned what most people learn in the early 30s: how to take care of herself.
Soup's on the stove. Hit it if you get hungry.
Every morning, Matilda's other brother Michael went to school. Her father went to work selling used cars for unfair prices. Matilda was left alone. That was how she liked it.
Up my hand, oh, me say, oh, me tell you to run. All the way, the moment they say, moment they are. Well, pick me up with golden hand, oh, me say, oh, me tell you to run. All the way, the moment they say, moment they are. Well, I would like to hold my little hand. How we will run, how we will cry. I would like to hold my little hand. How we will run, how we will cry. Send me in my way, send me in my way, send me in my way, send me in my way.
By the time she was 4, Matilda had read every magazine in the house. One night, she got up her courage and she asked her father for something she really wanted.
A book? What do you want a book for?
To read.
Read? Why do you want to read when you have a TV in front of you? Books. Get out of the way.
Matilda already knew that she was somewhat different from her family. She saw that whatever she needed in this world, she'd have to get herself.
There's fish fingers in the microwave.
The next morning after her parents left, she set off in search of a book.
Where are the children's books, please?
Right over there. Would you like me to get one with lots of pictures in it?
No, thank you. I'm sure I can manage.
From then on, every day, as soon as her mother went to bingo, Matilda walked the 10 blocks to the library and devoured one book after another. When she finished all the children's books, she sat wandering in search of something else. Mrs. Phelps, who had been watching her with fascination for the past few weeks, offered Matilda some valuable library information.
You know, you can have your library card. Then you could take books home, and you wouldn't have to walk here every day. You can take home as many as you like.
That would be wonderful.
So Matilda's strong young mind continued to grow, nurtured by the voices of all these authors who had sent their books out into the world, like ships unto the sea. These books gave Matilda a hopeful and comforting message. You are not alone.
Any packages come today? Where is this from?
The library.
The library? You never been in a library. You are only 4 years old.
6.5.
If you were 6.5, you'd be in school already.
I want to be in school. I told you, but you wouldn't listen.
Get up off here. Give me that book. Dear Spy, how old is Matilda? How old is Matilda?
4. 6.5, Mommy. 5 then. I was it in August.
You are a liar.
I want to go to school.
School is out of the question. Who will be here to sign for the packages? We can leave valuable packages on the doorstep. Now go watch TV like a good kid.
You know, sometimes I think there's something wrong with that girl.
Tell me about it.
Hey, deep face, have a marshmallow. Have another marshmallow. Deep face.
Sometimes Matilda longed for a friend, like the ones in her book. Someone like the kind, courageous people in her books. It occurred to her like talking dragons and princes with hair long enough to climb. Such people might exist only in storybooks. But Matilda was about to discover that she could be her own friend, that she had a kind of strength that she wasn't even aware of.
I'm great! I'm incredible! Michael, pencil and paper in the kitchen.
Did we saw some cars today?
Did we?
Can we get the Neo TV?
Yeah. Son, it's time to learn the family business. Sit down and write this down. Alright. The first car that your brilliant father sold cost $320. I sold it for $1,158.
Wait, Dad, you are going too fast.
What was the profit for today?
Could you repeat, please?
838. Check it if you don't believe me.
You are a little shit. You sold the paper.
From all the way over here?
Are you being smart with me, young lady? You're going to be punished.
Punished for being smart?
When a person is bad, this person needs a lesson.
Person?
Get up! Get up!
Harry Wormwood had unintentionally given his daughter the first practical advice she could use. He meant to say, when a child is bad. Instead, he said, when a person is bad. And thereby introduced a revolutionary idea that children could punish their parents, only when they deserved it, of course.
Michael, my boy, today I take you to the shop. Ah! My hair!
Richard Nettleship.
I won't be the figure of ridicule. I want respect, and I want it now.
I don't understand how your hair changed color.
I did not dye my hair.
You say you didn't, but obviously you did.
From now on, this family does exactly what I say. And right now, we are watching TV.
The Price is Right. And here's your host. And Eileen, let's kick off and find out what's first up the bids.
Hi, Dad.
Are you in this family? Hello? Are you in this family? What is this trash?
It's not trash, Daddy. It's lovely. It's Moby Dick by Herman Melville.
Moby what? This is trash! Trash! Yeah.
It's not mine. It's a library book.
You are a warwood! Start acting like one! Sit up! Look at the TV! Oh. Oh.
Oh my God. I didn't do it.
Of course!
I told you that was a cheap set.
Was it magic or coincidence? She didn't know. It is said that we humans only use a tiny portion of our brains. Matilda might never have discovered her own greatest strength of mind were it not for the events that began on the very next day. Dirty dealings, like buying stolen car parts, never stay secret for long, especially when the FBI gets involved.
917. The suspect's exit domicile.
I got 918.
917 is correct.
I need to go. Inexpensive but reliable. And you service me? Yes. Welcome to Wormwood Motors. Harry Wormwood, owner, founder, whatever. Agatha Trunchbull, principal. Granty Hall Elementary School. I warn you, sir. I want a tight cap because I run a tight ship. Oh yeah, sure, yes, sure. A school is a model of discipline. Beat the child. That's my motto. Terrific motto. Do you have brothers yourself? Yes, I've got a boy, Michael, and a mistake, Matilda. They are all mistakes, children. Filthy, nasty things. Glad I never was one. Yes, okay. I'll give you good price. You'd better. Let's do business.
Matilda had always wanted to go to school because she loved to learn. She tried to imagine what her new school would be like. She pictured a lovely building surrounded by trees and flowers and swings. Well, there was a building and children, so regardless of what crunching hell looked like, she was happy to be there. After all, any school was better than no school at all, isn't it?
You! Detention! You are too small! Rock quicker! Heads up! Shoulders back! Stomachs in! Stomachs in! Stomachs in!
okay. It's much better than being out there.
Is that my teacher?
No, that's the principal, Miss Trunchbull.
You've got to be kidding.
Hey, you, Squirts, better Skittle doll. I'm not kidding. The Trunchbull likes to crack her whip in there to see who's trying to hide.
Pull up your socks. Pull up!
I'm Matilda.
Lavender.
I'm Hortensia.
I'm Samantha.
I'm Linda.
She doesn't really hit children with that righty crop, does she?
No, it's mostly for scare. What she does is worse. Like yesterday, in the second grade.
The Trunchbull makes a weekly visit to every classroom to show the teacher one thing or two about dealing with kids.
Julius Rodwinkle ate 2 M&Ms during her lesson.
And she called him?
Of course.
What, Julius, okay?
After being thrown out the window, of course, he wasn't okay. He lived, if that's what you mean.
The Trunchbull used to be in the Olympics. Shot put, javelin, hammer throw.
The hammer throw was her specialty.
So she does this all the time?
Better than being put in the showcase.
The talk is horrible. It's like a cage. Back there in the playground. It's got iron bars. Makes you feel like an animal. It stinks. A really disgusting place.
Get out of sight, you festering ball of pus! Ball of pus!
She puts kids in there?
I've been there twice. Sometimes she leaves you in there all day.
Didn't you tell your parents?
They didn't believe me. I mean, would your parents believe it?
"60 lines. I must obey Miss Trunchbull. Out of my way. Out of my way!
Here she comes.
Fresh meats. Amanda Thripp. What are those?
What's what, Miss Trunchbull?
Hanging down by your ears.
You mean my pigtails?
Are you a pig, Amanda?
A pig, Amanda?
No, Miss Trunchbull.
Do I allow pigs in my school?
My mommy thinks they are sweet.
Your mommy is a treat.
Yes, a treat.
Chop them off tomorrow or I will.
But,
Did you say but?
Hammer throw.
Definitely.
Good love.
Excellent release.
Quiet! Get to class before I throw you in the chokey.
Yes, in the chokey.
Lavender, what's my teacher like?
But Matilda's teacher, Miss Honey, was one of those remarkable people who appreciates every single child for who he or she is.
I scooped this for you, Miss Honey.
How lovely. Thank you, Amanda. Okay, listen up, everyone. We have a new student with us today. This is Matilda Wormwood. I'd like you to sit over here with Lavender.
Miss Honey was a wonderful teacher and a friend to everyone. But her life was not as simple and beautiful as it seemed. Miss Honey had a deep, dark secret, and though it caused her great pain, she didn't let it interfere with her teaching.
Well, Matilda, you've come on a very good day because we're going to review everything we've learned so far. Okay, we've been working on our 2 times tables. Let's do some together. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 9 is 18. Excellent, you've been practicing. Pretty soon, you'll be able to do any multiplication, whether 2 times 7, 14. Very good. Or 13 times 379.
4,927.
I beg your pardon?
I think that's the answer. 13 times 3,079. 4927.
It is.
Wow.
Matilda, you know how to multiply big numbers.
I read this book last year in mathematics at the library.
Do you like to read?
Yes, I love to read.
What do you like to read?
Everything. But lately, Charles Dickens. I mean, Charles Dickens. I could read him every day.
So good. Alright everyone, take out your workbooks. I'll be back in a moment.
Come in, whoever you are.
Almost got you. Oh, time for a little duck.
Matilda Gormwood is a very sweet girl and very bright.
A bright child?
Yes, she can multiply large sums in her head.
So can a calculator.
Well, I think she might be happier in older and more advanced class.
I knew it. Typical. Cover this. Cover this. If you can't with the little brat. Choking. Get it? In the choking. Hop to hippity hop. The entire school will go to assembly room immediately.
Hop to hippity hop.
Sit! Sit, sit, sit! What's up?
Beats me.
Bruce Brock Trotter. Brock Trotter. Whoa, little Brucey, come up here, please.
Oh, he lives on my blog.
This boy, Bruce Brock Trotter, is a disgusting criminal, aren't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Cake, chocolate cake, chocolate cake. You slithered like a serpent into the school kitchen and ate my personal snack.
Do you deny it? Confess.
Well, it's hard for me to remember a specific cake.
This one was mine, and this is the most delicious cake in the entire world.
My mom's better.
It is? Is it? How can you be sure? Unless you have another piece. Here we go. Smell the chocolate with. Is it?
I don't want any, thank you.
Don't eat it. She won't give him cake.
It's poison, something's up.
Did you enjoy it, Brucey? You must have some more.
No, thank you.
But you will hurt Cookie's feelings. Cookie? She made this cake just for you. Her sweat and blood. Right into this game. You have to consume the entire confection.
The entire confection. See you at lunch, rotten kids.
You wanted cake? You got cake? Now, eat it!
Eat it!
Eat it!
Poor Brucey. He's going to puke. I can look. Is he going to puke?
Without a doubt.
Bruce looks real bad.
You can do it!
Yes, you can do it, Bruce.
The entire assembly will stay 5 hours after school and copy from the dictionary. Any children who object will go straight to the jockey. Together!
With the FBI watching her father and the transport terrorizing her school, it was a rare and happy moment when Matilda could just play with her friends.
A frog! A frog! A frog!
What is it, lavender?
It's a salamander. A chameleon.
It's a newt. Any of the stem aquatic salamanders from the genus Diturus.
Some are brightly colored and secret irritating substances.
How could you keep going, you useless flaming car? Wormwood, send me lemon. We are heading for the jockey, young lady.
The jockey?
Teach you a lesson.
What lesson?
You and your father think you can fool me.
My father?
The guy with the stupid haircut.
I'm nothing like my father.
You are a spitting image. The apple never runs far from the tree. In the jockey.
Miss Honey! Miss Rajput teaches our class today, Lavender. Please get the water pitcher. But, Miss Honey! No, quickly! She'll be here any second. Make sure the water's cold, Lavender. Vinny, put away the fish and the butterfly. Put away the fish and the flower.
Most great ideas come from hard work and careful playing. Of course, once in a while they just jump
Please,
out at
get
you.
these crayons for me. Thanks. Charlie, put away the ladybirds and the caterpillars. Don't speak, don't laugh, don't smile, don't even breathe loudly.
Don't breathe at all. At all! Good morning, Miss Rajput. Sit! Shoo! Now, you, front of the class. Next time, empty your pockets faster. Sit down, screaming worm of vomit. Get up! Can you spell?
Miss Honey taught us how to spell a long word yesterday. We can spell difficulty.
You couldn't spell difficult if your life depended on it.
She told us with a poem.
A poem? How sweet! What poem would that be?
Mrs. T, Mrs. I,
Mrs. F, I, Mrs. C, Mrs. U, Mrs. L, T, Y.
Why are these women married?
Mr. J, Mr. J. You're supposed to be teaching spelling, no poetry.
Small children take so long to grow up. I think they do it to annoy me. What's funny? Come on, spit it out. Speak up. It's a snake! It's a snake! It's a snake! One of you tried to poison me! Matilda! I knew it!
It's not a snake, it's a newt.
What did you say?
It's a newt, Miss Trunchbull.
You did this?
No, Miss Trunchbull.
Did you act alone? Or did you have accomplices?
I didn't do it.
You didn't like the turkey, did you? I'll pay you back, young lady.
For what, Miss Trunchbull?
For this news. Peace worm.
Peace worm. I'm telling you, I didn't do it.
Anyway, I'm going to punish you. Because I am big and you're small. I am right and you are drunk. And there is nothing you can do about it. You're a liar and your father is a liar. Am I wrong? I never wrong. In this classroom, in this school, I am God. You!
I didn't move.
You did this! This!
She couldn't. She was sitting over there.
I'll be watching you!
It's a fear.
When you turn the corner.
I'll be watching you! All of you! Especially you!
Thanks for not telling. Best friends, don't tell. She can really dance.
You all go outside, okay? I'll be there in a minute.
Miss Honey, I did it.
Did what?
I made the glass tip over.
Oh, sweetheart, nobody did it. It was an accident. It's wonderful. You feel so powerful. Many people don't feel powerful at all.
Come on, Glass, tip over.
It's alright, Matilda.
But I really did it, Miss Honey.
One of the odd things about life is sometimes you can do something until you want to show someone, and then you can't.
This isn't like that. Maybe I made myself tired.
Do you want to come to my house this afternoon?
I like that very much, Miss Honey.
Good.
I used to stare very hard, and then my eyes get all hot. I think I can move anything in the world. You believe me, don't you?
I believe you should believe in the power you have inside of you, with all your heart. That's where Miss Trunchbull lives.
Why is there basketball?
I used to live in that house, Matilda. My life was good and happy. But when I was 2 years old, my mother died. My father was a doctor, and he needed someone to look after the things at home. So my mother's stepsister came and lived with us. My aunt was a mean person who treated me very badly.
Trunchbull.
Yes. And when I was 5, my father died.
But how did your father die?
The police decided he killed himself.
But why?
No one knows. The end is happier. I found a small cottage and I moved out of my aunt's house. But I had to leave all my treasures. The beautiful doll my mother gave me. Lizzie doll, I called her. Finally, I got my freedom. Shall we go and have tea and cookies?
Yes. That's your cottage. There she is. Shot put.
Hammer throw.
Javelin. I wonder what Miss Trunchbull is afraid of.
Black cats. She's very superstitious.
Let's go get your treasures.
No, Matilda. Matilda. No, she's coming.
Well, she's gone.
My house. Oh, my father's picture is not here.
Who painted the Trunchbull? That's not her picture.
We should go. My father's chocolate box. He always gave me one after dinner. Aunt Trunchbull used to say,
Not food for children.
Have one.
she would notice.
Where is Lizzie doll?
In my room. This is my room. That's my dad. I called him King Magnus and he called me Bumblebee.
Don't think Magnus killed himself.
Here's why.
Is that Lizzie doll? We should hide.
Yeah, wait, I distract her.
I want you here now with another cat. I'm going to see you. I'm going to finish you. You what? Who is in my house? Coming out! I'm fine like a man. Some rats are going to die today.
I was so scared. Feel my heart.
Come on, let's go.
Somebody's got to teach her a lesson. We'll go back and get the doll.
No, Matilda.
Just kidding.
Matilda, come here. Matilda, promise me you will never go back in this house again.
I promise.
So, he came home with $2,000 cash and he threw it up in the air like we were in the $1 million ticket. Do you like that show?
I love that show.
That was the old days. Now, we've got money in banks all over the planet. And does he give me a dime? Matilda, this is Bob and this is Will.
They are cops.
They are not cops. They are Ace Powerball salesmen.
Babyface, I'm starved. Who are you? What is this? A hot tub party? Get the hell out of here. I slave all day and I go home and you are entertaining a couple of bodybuilders.
They are cops, Dad.
Get out of here!
You don't let me talk to people. I'm in a cage, honey. I need to talk to somebody besides our stupid kids.
Oh yeah, a man is entitled to come home and find dinner on the table.
Dad!
What do you want?
Yell at me, okay?
Shut up! Leave us alone!
Yell at me again!
Yell at you! I'll come in there and pound your miserable hide! What do I have to do to gain respect around here? My word is my law! You understand law?
No kids like being yelled at, but it was precisely Harry's ranting and raving that gave Matilda the key to her power. To unlock that power, all she had to do was practice.
Hey! Hey, deep face.
Apple never rots far from the tree.
There's nothing you can do about it. Now, go watch TV. You're a liar, and your father is a liar. Am I wrong? I never wrong. I am God. Shouldn't we have a church where we want to do this?
Nah, this guy's dirty. Once we show these photos in court, Werewolves, Goose is good. I'm sure that box is full of stolen car parts.
You've been taking pictures all week. Let me handle that camera for a while.
Do you know how to use it? Do you know how to adjust the eyepiece?
I can handle it. Besides, it's my turn.
Yeah, your turn to drop it.
I won't drop it. Come on.
You two men are going to be in a lot of trouble very soon.
It's a female minor.
Aren't you supposed to be in the school, young lady?
I really hope you have such a warrant. According to a law book I read in the library, if you don't have one, you could lose your job or go to the federal prison.
Your father is going to federal prison. And you know where you will end up? In a federal orphanage.
If you cooperate, we'll make sure it's a nice orphanage. The kind with fruit, teeny-weeny cockroaches. What do you say?
There's another crime in the making. Your car is about to run a stop sign.
She bought a little time for her dad to come to his senses. But now, Matilda had bigger fish to fry. Much bigger.
I'm afraid you couldn't be more wrong.
Hey, Deepface, where are you going?
Out!
Hey, Deepface, have a carrot.
Having power isn't nearly as important as what you choose to do with it. And what Matilda had in mind was nothing short of heroic.
Lizzie doll, come here, Lizzie doll. is it all? Miss Honey, look where I got you.
Matilda.
And I also brought you this. I ate mine last night.
I will be teaching your class today.
In the time it took Miss Honey to get very, very nervous, Matilda had formulated a plan.
She's really raving now.
What is it your father used to call you? Hummingbird.
Bumblebee. I'm sure she knows the doll is missing.
And he called her Transpool?
No, probably Agatha.
And she called him Magnus, right?
Yes. Maybe I could go back to the house and put the doll back. Oh no, I
I can do that.
Calm down, Miss Honey. It's going to be okay. I promise.
You promised you wouldn't go back to the house again.
I didn't. I was on the roof. I did it with my powers.
Okay, in the roof with your powers. Let's see. Your powers.
Watch this.
Matilda.
Inside! Inside! Run! Run! Don't make me wait! Hop! Hop! Move! I'm here to teach you a lesson. Listen. Do you know what I'm talking about? A child came to my house yesterday. Do you recognize this? You!
Miss Trunchbull, I was at your house last night.
Once I broke your arm. I can do it again, Jenny.
But I'm Trunchbull.
Shut your holes!
Look, the chalk.
This is Magnus. Give my bumblebee back her house and her money. Then get out of town. If you don't, I will get you. I will get you like you got me. That is a promise. No!
And the tranquil was gone, never to be seen or heard from, never to darken a doorway again. Miss Honey moved back into her father's house. Of course, Matilda was a frequent visitor. Harry and Zinni got away, and as bad things were before, that's how good they became. Miss Honey was made principal of Crunchin Hall, which had to add an upper school because children never wanted to leave. But the happiest part of the story was that Matilda and Miss Honey had each got what they always wanted, a loving family. And Matilda never had to use her powers again. Well, I mean, almost never.
Яким Falcon?
Bruce Brocktrotter. Brocktrotter.
Don't eat it! He wasn't...
No. Because I am big and you are small. I am good.
You are a liar and your father is a liar.
No, liar.
You are a liar and your father are a liar.
He's a liar.
You can leave valuable packages on the step, on the doorstep.
You know, some I can't
Have another friend.
and he still hi. Now we and that he's give me a dime.
No. And you are entertaining. You are entertaining a couple of bodybuilders.
Get out of the way.
From all the... it's Moby Dick by Herman... it's Moby Dick by Herman Melville.
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 It's Moby Dick by Herman Melville.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Yes. Hi, let's go. I called him. But
Coming out and lie with me.
you cooperate. If nicer. No. You cooperate. We'll make sure it's a nice operate. Kind with food, teeny weeny cockroaches. The kind of... No. Don't repeat it.
On my way, on my way, on my way, on my way. I would like to reach out my hand, me say, me tell you to run. On my way, on my way. The moment I see, moment I on. Well, pick me up with golden hand. Me say, me tell you to run. On my way, on my way. The moment I see, moment I on. Well, I would like to hold my little hand. How we will run, how we will cry. I would like to hold my little hand. How we will run.